Join me as today we kick off issue number 15 of Eagle Moss Hero Collector's 1/8 scale Ecto-1. Hey everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And yes, today, the rumors are true. I'm back as we kick off issue number 15 of Eagle Moss Hero Collector's 1/8 scale Ecto-1. And before I head on over to the build table and build today, you know the deal. You got to sign up for this thing. If you haven't already signed up, you certainly need to start building your very own Ecto-1, the same Ecto-1 I'm building in this video series. And once again, if you haven't actually started your build yet, we've got links right down below in the description. Click them and sign up today. Now that I've got that out of the way, let's go ahead, turn the camera around, and let's head on over to the build table. And welcome back to the build table here today. As always, I thank you for checking out these Eagle Moss Hero Collector 1/8 scale Ecto-1 build videos, this build series. As I've already mentioned today, we're going to be cracking open issue number 15. And it looks like, yeah, we're going to be doing stage 51 and 52 today. And we're going to be kicking it off with the Sono channel, ASA20, and Switch panel. Now, I have no idea what that really is. I mean, it looks really chaotic, electronic, which is great for the back of the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. So let me go ahead and grab stage 51 and bring it into frame. And it looks like for this build here, we've got a lot of tubing, a lot of wires. We got some zip ties here. So let's go ahead and see what we're building here. So the first part is going to be fitting parts to the workstation, which looks like it's going to be easy enough there. Actually, oh, we need the workstation, which is right here. This is what we put together in the last video there. So yeah, we're going to be fixing some pieces to said workstation. So it looks like our first step is going to be taking the Sono channel, which is 51A it says, which is like this little silvery plastic piece right here. And we're going to be placing it atop the base, which the base it does come with. Let's go ahead and take that out of there. There is the base there for you. So how does this all fix? I'm assuming. All right. And oh, here like a little snap there. That's a good sign. So that is now on top of there, and we're going to be securing it in place using two, what do we got there? BP screws. Okay, so second screw is now in place. So the Sono channel has been attached to its base there. From there, we're going to be actually attaching it on top of the workstation, which fits in nicely there. From there, we're going to be attaching this to the workstation using two more BP screws. And I should point out, in stage 51, all we're using is BP screws. Alright, so we've now got the Sono channel attached to the workstation. From there, we're going to grab this larger base kind of silver plastic piece, which they're referring to as the switch panel. And we're going to be attaching that up here. How do they want that? Looks like it just kind of moves right. Somehow, see if we can find it here. Okay, it actually just rests right up there, and we're going to secure that in place using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more BP screws. Final screw in place there, and that is looking really, really good. Really, really cool. I love just the random electronics at the back of the Ecto-1. I'll admit, I've never actually looked too much in detail as to, you know, what all these pieces are for. I'm sure Dan Aykroyd could certainly tell me, but I just love how busy, once again, some of the detail work inside the Ecto-1 looks, and I love how accurate, at least from what I feel is accurate, to what Eagle Moss Hero Collector has represented here, once again, in this 1/8 scale Ecto-1 build. So from there, it looks like our next step, step number 2, is going to be fixing the flex tubes. Now, there are tons of tubes and such that come with it, so I'm going to kind of take a quick gander back here and make sure that I'm going to be using the correct pieces here, so I don't use the wrong tube, you know, in the wrong area. So from what it tells me, the flex tubes are the smaller tubes here, so we're going to be attaching these in place, and I think that these just kind of like pop in from what I'm seeing. Okay, so I got the two pieces of tubing in place there, and if they look a little loose to you, there's a reason for that. I believe I'm supposed to actually secure, yeah, I'm going to secure all these in a later step using a couple of those zip ties. But our next step here is going to be figure B, which has us, let's just find it here, fitting the two flex tube parts, 51E, which are the decently larger base tubes right here. And yeah, we're going to be fixing those once again into like the little slots that it shows. So give me a second and let me get these additional tubes into this build. Okay, so we've now got all of the tubing and everything in place there. It looks kind of like a jumbled mess, but once again, I'm hoping that with the use of those zip ties, we can kind of clean it up a little bit here. Okay, so now we got these zip ties in place, and this is kind of what we're looking at. I don't know, it's not really as tight as it kind of shows in the manual here. Now, I think what I may do, I may actually glue this into place so we have like the wires, you know, a little bit more form-fitting on the back of here. I think that'll look a little better. I think I'm going to find a way to maybe attach that, or maybe they'll attach a little better in an upcoming build. Maybe there'll be something that will add to this. I don't really know, but regardless, I think I will probably modify this and once again kind of glue the wires kind of back here if there's nothing that kind of changes that later in the build. But for the time being, that's what we're looking at as we close out stage number 51 here. And yeah, I'm digging it so far. Like I said, just really need to clean up those wires. But aside from that, really no complaints with this stage. Moving along here, let's go ahead and turn over to... what do we got? Stage number 52. Holy, here we go. Fitting the driver's side workstation. And are you guys ready for this? This is stage 52. I mean, check out how big this is. This is pretty much like the flooring for the back half of the Ecto-1. So give me a second. Let me unbag this, and I gotta admit, I'm really excited that we're getting to this point. Okay, so there it is. We got the cargo area floor out of the packaging there, and this stage did come with some screws. We got some DP screws. We got ourselves some NP screws, I should say, and a couple of LP screws. So for step one, we're going to be fitting the driver's side workstation, which that's what we've been building in the past, you know, a couple stages here and there. So it looks like we're just going to kind of maneuver this here, and then from there we're just going to place the workstation in here. I'm assuming there's going to be some grooves that everything's going to kind of nicely fit together, hopefully. There we go, that's a good noise. And we're going to secure this all in place, it looks like, using a couple of DP screws. Alright, so I just ran the 4 DP screws underneath, and this is what we got so far. This is our very first inkling of the back end of the Ecto-1 coming together. And from there, it looks like this is going to continue to grow, because to the front end of this here, we're going to be attaching the inner floor parts that we built earlier. That pretty much contained like the front seats of the Ecto. So let's go ahead and bring in those pieces here. Once again, the front seats of the Ecto-1 there. And it looks like this is going to be attaching... how do we got here? Alright, so I flipped the back flooring upside down here, and there are, what do we got? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think, yeah, 7 holes in place. We're going to be running some MP screws through a couple of those, some LP screws also through, and I'm assuming with the front end here that I have, yeah, we're just going to be lining everything up and, yeah, attaching everything together. So give me a second, and, yeah, let me attach everything together here. Alright, and here it is. All 7 screws have went into place, and this is where we're currently at right now. The cargo area in the back of the Ecto-1, the cargo area flooring, has now been connected to the front half there, once again housing the 2 front seats of the Ecto. And this goes without saying, but I absolutely love the way this has turned out so far. I cannot wait till our next build video as we kind of continue adding more gadgetry and goodies to the back of the Ecto-1 as we continue off with issue number 15 of Eagle Moss Hero Collector's 1/8 scale Ecto-1 build. So that does it for today's video as we kicked off issue number 15 today of Eagle Moss Hero Collector's 1/8 scale Ecto-1. And as I said at the top of the video, if you'd like to sign up for your very own subscription and start building this Ecto-1, we've got those links right down below in the description. Click them and sign up today. So that does it for today's video. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube. Bust that bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening within the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to help out Ghostbusters News, well, we got a Patreon page. Link to that can be found right down below in the description. And I will see everybody right back here next time. We'll be right back.